Hey guys,
Hello.
welcome to the show. There you go. I found my words.
Yeah, we're part of the new normal.
We're part of the new normal. We would like to introduce you to the new normal of 2024 and beyond. We would like to be the face of society moving forward and how congenial we can be with each other.
Yes.
See, look at these generations getting along so well.
And all that.
That's right. We got it figured out. We know the best route to go.
Yeah.
It probably involves leather.
Probably.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. So Wednesday we attempted to start our medicine saddlebags.
Yes.
However, we had some bobbin issues. It turned out. Looks like the bobbin came unlocked.
Yes. I guess I didn't get it locked in when I put the bobbin in.
Yeah. He didn't get that spring with that minute little click.
Yeah.
When you
didn't do that.
There was no click, and so our bobbin was running loose.
Yeah.
And there was no tension, which meant that the top had all the tension, which meant the knot came to the top. And we just had a top knot.
Yeah, a top knot. Yeah.
Which, in the world of sewing machines, is not what you want.
Yeah, you want a middle knot.
You want a middle knot. That is correct. We don't want samurai knot. We want Karen knot.
We want a what knot.
Alrighty. Well, in any case, so Denny has made it. He got all of our little medicine bottles sewn in to place here. Look at that. Justin got me all figured out. So we riveted on. All right. So order of operations. You cut out all your parts. Yes.
Cut them out.
You cut them out,
including all the slots and holes, which I did not do.
Correct. And specifically on these two panels, on all of the other sets that we've done, this little tab has gone in the same spot on all the other versions of this. But with these, the one under the medicines, the ones that go on
the bottle holders.
Under the bottle holders it's a lower set loop. So just make sure that you're aware of that. If you are building these ones, don't just take these holes on this side with your regular standard saddlebag side. These ones go lower. And also, it helps to put them on after you put this on, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So you want to attach your bottle holders before you attach this. But on this side, you want to attach it before you attach this. So
everybody understands 100%.
Everybody,
sure.
That will be in the instructions, but just so we can lay it out here. So we want to do this first. You can just skip Wednesday's video and just start here, because Wednesday was a little bit rough. All right.
A little bit.
And then you want to put these on before you put this all on.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then you're going to sew the bottom loops as marked on the pattern. You sew these little bottom loops down, and then you're going to fold this up, and then you probably start from this side and just work your way over.
Right.
It's fine.
Right. And Wednesday we didn't double cement things because we were.
That is true.
I was just trying to hurry things.
Yeah, and we also didn't rough things.
But if you double cement all this, it'll hold better, especially on Latigo, because Latigo notoriously hates cement.
It's super waxy, so the cement can't penetrate.
Yeah.
Which is the whole point of contact cement, is that it goes into the fiber. So either rough up your little lines with said little rougher if you want, or the double cement to hold it all down.
Yeah, or both.
Yeah. Both is better.
And okay, and this is the flap for the bottle side, and I've already stitched this part on, and
this is how this will go.
The syringe flap.
Yep.
And I've already double cemented this, so it's ready to stick and stitch, which is going to be the first thing that I do today.
Perfect.
So
all right,
let's do that.
Maybe a little less with the head.
A little. Okay, less head.
We know you just got a haircut.
Yes,
but we want to look at the leather.
I did just get a haircut.
He said he got a haircut a few weeks ago, but they left a few too many tufts here and there.
Tufts.
He was still tufted, and he was like, "Listen, I'm no poodle."
Yeah. You gotta clip me a little better.
Although
there I go.
Sometimes when your hair gets real long, you might be a bit of a Q-tip. You still get pretty fluffy hair up there.
All right, here we go. Let's see what happens here.
stick and stick, and to be confused with swish and flick. William, I'm not sure if you meant to say not to be confused, but I'll confuse some swish and flick with some stick and stick. Denny, did you do some chants over your sewing machine so it would behave?
Did I? Yes.
Yes. He got his witch doctrine out.
Yeah.
That's right.
I talked to the old ones about it.
I'm sure Mary June came in. She put her blessing on it for today. Yeah. She's a bit of a witch. I feel like that's appropriate for her.
Yeah. Oh, she would enjoy that.
I need some pink. I know. I told Kevin this morning I went over there to get some leather, and I said, my people need pink. And so he said, aye, aye, Captain. He didn't say that. I wish he would say that one day. And he said we've got some pink on the pallet that just came over, and he will help us out with that. So next week we should have some pink for you. Unless we give it to Justin to do Discord deals out of the pink. We'll see. Larry the bobbin wasn't happy. We didn't have the bobbin thread clicked into the tensioner. So whenever you go to put the bobbin in the machine, you have to pull the thread through this little contraption and then pull on this little tensioning wire and click it into place. There's this tiny little click that you have to listen for that thread to be in place. And for whatever reason, it could have...
You can feel it too.
Yeah. There's this little give that happens whenever you hit that tension correctly. And so that wasn't in place. And so the bobbin wasn't being held in the spot that it needed to be. So, there's just no tension. There was no tension on the thread to pull it down. So that was the problem. And so Denny was over there trying to fiddle with the top tension, but that wasn't doing anything because the top tension was fine.
Yeah. Very fine.
Everybody seems pretty happy with their $100 box, so that's cool. Glad to hear it. Looking forward to seeing all the moccasins that come out of it. Oh, I didn't get you your thread burner.
That's all right. I got it.
Fail on me.
I remembered where you put it. Where it lives.
Larry says, I understand. I have done that before. Yeah, tension isn't, and if your machine isn't running its tensions correctly, you ain't sewing.
Yeah, that's right. You aren't sewing like you want to be sewing.
Yeah.
Right.
You're having sad sewing situations. All right, Denny, what are you doing now?
Now I'm just kind of straightening this little deal out, and then I'm going to snap it shut.
And then all these parts, did you skive down to that 5/6, or you could cut them out of the 5/6, 5/7?
Yeah.
Okay. So all of your part pieces could be the 5/7, and then the main body pieces would be great to be out of the 8 to 11, or you could do a 2-layer if you wanted to out of the 5/7.
Yeah. And you could, you don't necessarily have to cut these out of its inner piece, but it makes it a little smoother.
Yeah, I guess you could just skive this down and roll that out, but it would be difficult. So this thing sews face to face here, and then you sew this back to face on those sides.
Right.
Because otherwise it would be real difficult to sew them. You could sew one face to face, and then the other one's still going to be back to face. All right.
Okay, next. Now on this, the bottle holders, I've also already stitched the little needle pouch, or the possible pouch.
The possible
whatever you
pouch.
could possibly need.
That's right.
You put in that little pouch.
And so this guy, he flares up at the top on the pattern piece. He's a lot wider, obviously. You see that he sticks out here. So this just sews straight down, and then you want to mark these lines according to the pattern, or just make them a 90, because they should just be a straight up 90. And then he just flares out at the top. So once again, double gluing helps, roughing up those sections next to it, because this pucker does make the leather want to move.
Yeah.
Just make sure that you've got that cemented down really nicely, rough it up, do a double layer of cement, and then good to go.
And, you guys, you can use any kind of leather you want, but Latigo is a traditional saddlebag leather, you know, because it is so weather resistant. And
yeah. The rain just falls right off of
yeah.
it. And the snow and the sleet and all the conditions that you could be riding in.
Okay. Next.
That's going to be a bear.
It'll be all right, I think. Shoot, I don't need to mark that. I can see that. But I do need to scratch this just a little bit.
Whoop, it's Friday. That's right. Oh, I actually think that would be a pretty good idea. You could totally use one of those closures. Like this one you make, it's adjustable. Mm-hmm. But you could use one of the locks clasps. Mm-hmm. That would be a really good one because you're going to pull the top and that would actually be a pretty quick way to get into it. Like they're really secure and then you just pull that top button and it releases from the post that it's on. So a locks clasp would work well on that. I don't know specific. Are you talking like a Sam Brown button? Button closures. What do you think about a Sam Brown button?
You could, but really, for the purpose that these bags are used for, they're going to get some pretty rough treatment. Mm-hmm. And something like that could come loose.
Yeah.
You know, of course, the snap could too. I think the snap is probably the most secure closure that you could put on it. But yeah. Y'all can try anything you want to.
Right. You could do a double button stud. That might be fine. But also with the button stud like sticking out, and even with the locks clasp sticking out, it's more likely to get caught on something.
Yeah.
And the snap is real nice and smooth, and you're not going to catch the snap on a bramble.
Oh, bramble. Yeah.
Always wanted to say that word out loud.
Like most of the time when these bags are in use, the cowboy has the animal roped, mm-hmm. right? And the old cow runs around behind you and then wraps the rope around your whatever and your saddlebag and rips everything loose. You know, it happens.
That sounds dangerous.
Well, you have to be prepared.
That's true. Dealing with live animals, big live animals.
Yeah.
Did you put some contact cement on the back of that?
Yes, I did.
Awesome.
Now, let's see if I can get this puppy stitched.
Cool. But Dandy says he's excited about the moccasin stuff. I tell you what, we have had those moccasins that we made out of those lambskins in here just floating around for weeks now. And they're probably, I love them. I think that they look really amazing. That is true. When all else fails, rethread the machine. That's probably our number one thing when people call and they're having issues. We say, did you completely rethread the machine from top to bottom and then try? Did you change your needle? Maybe change the bobbin. Maybe rewind a bobbin. This is still our class 26. Still, what did you say, 207 thread?
Yes, 207.
207 top and bottom, probably.
This would be an excellent project to stitch on a big machine.
Yeah.
Class 3 or class 4 also.
That's right. This is one of those crossover projects that would absolutely could be sewed on the heavy stitchers. Sometimes they're not crossover projects. Look at that. That went way better than last time.
Oh, way.
You could like chill right here and that would be awesome. Thanks.
Spot lady. Now, let's see if this puppy closes up. I bet it will. If I make it.
There she is.
There she is.
All right.
Let me bevel the back edge of this a little bit.
Justin, you want to go over here?
And I also cut the lace holes for this.
Yep. Oh, yeah, because you were going to lace it up instead of doing the frog.
Using that frog.
What's the difference between Latigo and English bridal? Is Latigo 100% veg?
Latigo is generally retanned veg.
Yeah.
I think.
I think so too. Latigo is not typically 100% veg. Your English bridal will be 100% veg. And I think your English bridal also is not typically like stuffed with waxes. It might have a slight wax content, but it has a much shinier finish. Latigo is a sturdy outdoor. I don't know if it's considered hot stuffed, but it is waxy.
Yeah, it's pretty well stuffed.
It's pretty well stuffed. And English bridal is not stuffed.
Okay, now I'm going to attempt to... did I bring a scribe in here? Thought I did. I did. I did. Now I'm going to mark where this gusset starts and stops.
Michael, I got all my Legos. They all came in between yesterday and the day before, so now we have... He bought the castle set. So we have the castle, we got the Dungeons and Dragons, we bought the Dune Atreides flying thing set. We got a fun little flower trellis for free because we ordered enough stuff. And there was another medieval thing that he got. Like the medieval town square or something.
Yeah, I'm marking the center.
Oh, and then you got the Chinese New Year dragon. Or the Chinese, whatever that dragon was. That's what it was. That was a really cool set. Marking the center for your welt?
Yes.
Not welt.
So I can find the
Gusset.
Yes, the gusset.
Sorry. I've been making knife sheaths.
Yeah, you're kind of stuck on that, aren't you?
A little bit. One day I'll make something different.
Now, I'm going to trim this up. This gusset is extra long because I'm going to trim it after I've got it stitched on there. Notice how I actually threw it in the can.
I'm so proud of you. That's all right. It was just really funny when you hadn't been throwing everything in the trash, and then suddenly you decided to throw the one thing in the trash. Oh, TJ, are these pockets for 500 milliliter bottles?
Yeah, for the big bottles. I don't remember how many milliliters they are, but they're the big ones.
Probably 500. Sorry, TJ. I just saw that. If you're still here, there you go.
Okay. Now, I'm going to kind of scratch around here. We do definitely want to double cement this stuff.
Oh, yes. This one's done, so we'll get him out of the way.
You can start cementing the edges of that if you want.
Love to. We got our probably Masters.
Mm-hmm.
He's full up today.
Well,
this brush
when you set it upright like that, it all runs to the front. I've just discovered that.
I know you did. I may have gone too far up. Did you mark how far
that's all right.
Okay.
That's all right. Because I didn't mark that, because that's why I didn't mark it, because I don't know where to mark it.
You'll just trim it off flush?
Yeah.
Perfect. Denny, what's the next thing you're working on over there?
Well, right now I've been working on several things for some people from Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
They had a pair of little small child size woolly chaps, antiques, which are really, really cool, but they're really old and really fragile. So I kind of worked on them, did the best I could with them. There's a few places that had cracked and the stitches had come apart. So I fixed that. And then, what else?
Do you want me to put glue on both sides?
Yeah, you might as well.
What was that little knife sheath you were making?
And then there was a little knife that they wanted a sheath for. These are the people that bought the saddle that I had out in front.
Mm-hmm.
And he has slowly been accumulating everything you could ever imagine to put on this saddle.
Yeah, he's Denny's biggest customer right now.
Yeah, so he wanted a little knife sheath to put on it. So I made that. Then he also bought a little miniature saddle that I built quite a while back.
I forgot about that.
And now he wants a little miniature bridle to go with it because he had a little miniature. They call it a gal leg bit because the shanks of the bit itself are shaped like a girl's leg.
Okay.
Could be a guy's leg, but it's a pretty shapely guy. But they call it a gal leg.
A gal leg.
Yeah. And then what else? Oh, he brought in a pair of really nice old Garcia spurs. I mean, very expensive pieces of equipment. So I built a set of spur straps for those. That's what I've been doing.
You're like this guy's personal leather crafter right now.
Yeah. Okay, you can.
Okay. Submit this.
I don't know why they decided they wanted me to do all this stuff, but they do.
They probably figured they'd con you into a few things so they could con you into some more things.
Well, I remember when this first started going on, they came
years ago.
And he wanted something done, and I said, that's really not what I do in here, but I will help you out. So I did something for them. Now every time they come, they carry a plastic tote with them that's full of stuff that they want me to do for them. And I hate to turn them down, so I don't.
So I don't. Good times. I bet everybody out there kind of wishes they had a customer like that.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
Just the one steady person that kind of keeps you busy with this and that and the other. All right.
Okay. I'm going to dry this and you can put another coat on that one.
Okay.
On one side of it if you want to.
Oh, it's too late. The smell already has.
It is pretty nice out there at this point. I went out there a minute ago with Luna and I was like, oh, it's not as terrible as it was this morning when I walked up the alleyway.
Now you can.
Around the back.
Yes.
How about we rough this up a little bit too?
Let's scratch that a little bit. these parts that are on the inside of the bag, you don't have to. You want to do them as nice as you can, but you don't have to be extra careful because no one's ever going to see them.
That's right. Somebody's looking in your bags, you tell them to get on out of there.
Yeah. Because they're going to end up with dirt and straw and no telling what in there. Frogs.
Frogs.
Puppy dog tails in there. Frogs and snails and puppy dog tails. Linda said you wouldn't put my tail in there.
Linda doesn't have enough of a tail. Aww. What did you eat right before you came in?
Does it smell good? Does it smell good?
What's he got in there?
You know that thing you do?
Is he saving some crumbs for later in his beard? All right, come on. We got work to do.
I'm going to try this and you can do it one more time.
All right.
Luna just likes me because I'm not hammering on stuff yet.
Yeah, that was her thank you. She said thank you for no hammering.
I was going to say, or it was a warning.
A warning, yeah.
I'll get you if you do.
I just wanted to let you know.
I know where you keep your toes.
Butter and coffee.
Yeah, you never had butter coffee before?
Can't say I have.
Never had the caveman coffee?
It's a real hipster kind of thing to do.
Yeah, it was huge. Joe, you got huge on from Joe Rogan. I guess, yeah. That's a little fire.
All right. That was a pretty thick layer.
Yeah. Especially over there. When you start, when you got a lot of glue in the pot.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a video that popped up the other day, and they were talking about, you know, how we've had this, like, war on cholesterol in America for forever.
Uh-huh.
Well, so the lovely fluid or membrane that covers your brain is made up of 100% cholesterol.
Nice.
And
You gotta have
That's why
you gotta have it.
You gotta have it.
It's very
You
necessary.
just can't have it in bacon and only bacon.
Well, but honey, he's busy. Like, you know, like we had, like, don't eat eggs because they've got cholesterol and they're bad for you, which is real nonsense. It's the most nonsense.
Eggs, people.
Yeah,
You know how many
eat your eggs.
centuries old farmers have woke up, eaten bacon, eggs, coffee, and lived to be 90?
Yeah.
I think we'll be all right.
But then they were talking about, like, you know, like butter and all the alternative butters and all the fake butters that are one molecule away from plastic, but they don't actually, like, they don't contain any of the good fats. Like your body needs those fats and those animal fats. Like, not vegetable fats, but animal fats. Like, vegetable fats are really not the best. In any case, it is, yeah, it's, I mean, everything in moderation. Let's not, you don't need to eat a pound of butter all the time, but just good old straight up cow's butter. That's the best.
Yep.
And you need it, and your brain needs it.
I knew it.
Thank you.
I have had butter in my. I don't know. We bought those little things like they have like the little discs. That you can put in there, and I didn't hate it. It was just a little bit weird, and it was really filmy. Like I felt like.
If you have a mustache, it sucks.
Yeah.
Because all that froth on the top of it.
Yeah. But I would try it again. It's. I think my mom tried it for a little while. Butter does make everything. Butter's delicious. Oh, listen, Denny. No more shenanigans. We've blessed this machine.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
That early days. See, I wasn't listening like that. If I see something, but that's what I'm doing.
What kind of a seam allowance you got there, Denny? It looked like a 1/4 of an inch.
What's the, yeah, about. I won't do it while we're on camera, but I will sand these edges down, and I want to leave plenty of room.
Yeah. Well, especially when you're dealing with leathers that are this thick and you've got this much kind of fight in your welt. It's better to have a wider seam allowance than to worry about falling off the back.
Right.
Yeah, sewing machines definitely help the production time. Absolutely. That's... We got snips everywhere.
Yeah, I don't
Snip,
know
snip
where
here, a snip, snip there. You still can't find it when you need it. I do enjoy my hand sewing though. Sometimes on this last sheet that I made, I really struggled. I think I've made the decision that I'm going to buy a set of reverse chisels.
What are reverse chisels?
Well, so I use a chisel to mark all my holes in my front layer and to chisel through, just like the stitching irons.
Mm-hmm.
But they make reverse ones so that you can go through on the back and meet up. Because since they're diamond, you can't use the ones you go through on the front on the back because then you'll have an X, which isn't very happy. And so I have decided, because most of my knife sheaths that I make are thicker than an awl blade, I broke another awl blade, and they're $20. And I don't like breaking an awl blade per project because that gets expensive.
Eats up your profit.
It sure does. And it's also just, I don't know. I really struggled with this knife sheath to get the result that I wanted on the back of it. And so I think I've decided to spend, like, I don't know, I think it's probably going to be like $120 for another set of chisels, which, I mean, after, you buy 4 blades, you've pretty much paid for your chisels. And I've never broken a chisel. So I think that's my... Sorry, guys.
Oh.
You're good.
I'm sorry, too. I'm sorrier than she is.
A lot of the people that are making the chisels sell them now. So, like, my chisel sets are from Crimson Hide, and they have a reverse set. I know that there's a couple... Right now, the names of the different, like, high-end chisel companies aren't coming to me. But there are several, and a lot of them do make a reverse option. I'm specifically going to order mine from Crimson Hide because that's who mine are from currently. So I would like them to match. Crimson is, I feel like it's a like a mid-range to the high because they're, like I said, so I have a 5-prong and a 2-prong chisel set from them, and I believe it's like $115 for the set. But there are definitely, there's like an English brand, I think. Oh my God, the name is just like right, like I can almost see it in my head, but I just, Blanchard? Is that right? Blanchard? Is that a...
I don't know.
Guys, it's something like that. Help me out here. Anyways, they make some chisels, and I think that theirs are like in the 300 range for chisel sets.
Bargaz Blanchard.
Yeah, yes. I think that those are probably some of the most expensive on the market.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Look at there. In any case, I don't have those, but I am very happy with my crimson sets. Not that we can see anything anyways, but it's fine, Denny. That's not your fault.
I know I'm faultless.
You are faultless. He's perfect.
They're cricket irons. For one. Okay, that makes sense.
Am I in the right ballpark? I know they're more expensive than Prism. I haven't looked.
Point and space between the teeth, I'm imagining it's millimeters.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go 4 millimeters with a 5, it's $82.
Yeah.
You were close, yeah.
Yeah.
That's expensive for a leather chisel.
Mm-hmm. But they're one of the highest. There's the Carswell leather down in Australia. He's done a review on because his whole thing is like hand sewing, and he went to Japan, I believe, to kind of learn their skill.
Watching a lot of like different Japanese leather crafters last night.
Yeah.
On like jackets, shoes,
Japanese are freaking amazing.
and they look so easy.
But so he did a whole review, and I watched his thing, and so that was I think that was his favorite brand that he liked. But they are quite expensive. So they do. I mean, when I got my Crimson Hide ones, like that took my hand sewing to like an acceptable level for me. I was like, okay, this made everything function, and I still don't do it enough to be as precise as maybe I would like to be.
Okay.
How's
On
that
camera,
go?
this is really hard to do, you guys.
Oh, it's okay. You got it. You didn't cut the bag. Caitlin's.
Okay. Now the final step here. Let's stretch this up a little bit.
Oh, I should have been doing that already.
One coat of cement will work on this, though.
Okay.
I guess I didn't bring a straight edge.
We got a couple. I think your glue needs a little thinning. He's very clumpy.
Very clumpy glue.
Billsy, keep looking. It's in there somewhere. Every box had a ticket. I think some people said that they found them in the pattern. Where are you going, those? Or somebody said that theirs was at the very bottom of the box and didn't come out with all the stuff.
Oops, sorry.
That kind of feels like it's
It should. Keep looking. It's in there.
She just likes to show you her toys, doesn't she?
Yeah,
She
she
doesn't
does.
want you to play with them. She just wants to show them.
Unless it's a stick. Not really. It's real thick. It looks like we put a lot of the tickets into the pattern. It looks like they did that over there to keep them all steady.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Okay, yeah, check the pattern. Check the pattern. Yes, for some of the other styles of these, we did have an accordion gusset.
Yeah, but these are fairly square, so
Yeah.
that wasn't going to
Well, you
work
did the
for them.
accordion in the other square one, and it
Yeah.
just turned out to not really do anything.
Yeah, it didn't do much.
It stretched out. And then even for this one, if you wanted to, you could leave a little bit of a flap up at the top to push
fold
in,
yeah.
for the little weather flap. You could absolutely do that. Denny didn't on this one, but that's something you just, because I glued all the way up to the edge, just mark your edge first, like fold it around, mark where your edge is, and then stop gluing. And then you can kind of cut the little circle. Randy, you can take a tickler to it and you can kind of work those stitches out, especially on the Latigo. I feel like because it's so wax dense, the foot marks of this machine work out pretty well, but it doesn't leave terrible tracks, but you can kind of just rub them out.
I've never really minded machine tracks before. I mean, unless they're like feed dog tracks, from the bottom side.
Yeah. Billsy found his golden ticket. Perfect. Yeah, if your tracks are to the point where they're so bad that it's really causing a mar or like a blemish in the leather, your tensioners might be too tight. And there's a couple different ways that you can work with your machine so that the foot pressure isn't as heavy coming down on the front. I think that's like I don't know how to do that, but if you call up and talk to Andy or Ryan or Jim or Denny,
this deal right here,
that little guy, you can, okay.
But like for something like this, you want a lot of foot pressure to hold things together.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Now we're ready to lace.
Yes, let's lace these dudes together. And I didn't bring my big spike with me, but I've got this.
I got a pretty good size thingy. Screwdrivers. Here, hold on. Nope. Whee. All right, there we go. Listen.
And I didn't measure this lace. I just made a piece that was plenty long enough. I had a piece of strap there, and I just beveled the whole thing.
Our Kalamazoo friend says hi.
Well, hello. I got my kazoo on the bench. I look at it and think of you.
I don't think we get a lot of practicing done.
We ought to have a kazoo band.
A kazoo band? I'll leave that to you and Kevin. And Tony. He's got all the air. Hello from Finland. Hello from Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah, Finland.
Welcome. Nice to have you. The Anthony Dot Fee video channel, FI, is that right? Am I seeing that? I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not doing a fancy lace. I'm just doing a cross stitch on this.
We won't judge you.
Someone.
I mean, I won't.
Someone will.
You guys feel free.
Yeah, you guys can judge me if you want.
Lazy Dog just got their class 26 a couple of days ago. Woo! Confetti! Excited to use it. The first thing I made was a pillow. Very nice. Yeah, make pillows. I'm telling you, I expect to see some acid wash pillows out of you guys from yesterday. We sold like 13 acid wash rugs yesterday. So there's going to be a lot of fun hair on out there that deserves to be a really snazzy pillow. I think. Enjoy it. The Class 26 is a fun machine. It's a good one.
I use it. Shoot, I used to only want to use it like a class 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'd rather use this 26 than anything.
I don't know if you can. I don't know.
If I can figure out the bobbin.
Maybe you could come around to the front.
Hmm?
Nothing. You just keep doing you. Is Denny going to go start up the International Silver String Submarine Band? What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Denny, do you play anything?
I have a guitar, and I've had it for years and years, and I've played with it for years and years, but I've got a bone spur in this finger, and I can't bend it to make chords anymore, so
Yeah.
I don't even play with it. But I have it, and I look at it a lot.
Randy got us the prize box, and he loved it. Yay! I think we just sold out. We went to the last ones. They were at 0 this morning. So if you didn't get one, it's too late. I mean, I did watch The Little Rascals, but it's been a long time. I probably haven't watched it in like 20 years, maybe more. Hi. Is it stick time? Luna says it's stick time.
I used to watch The Little Rascals. Alfalfa and Spanky.
Yeah.
Talking about the old black and white ones. I grew up on the movie.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying, I grew up on a movie that was color.
He probably don't have one of them TVs in color.
Olivia?
You're in the way today.
She says, I really don't care.
That was the name of the band they had. All right. Thanks, Ralph. We are edumacated today. It's been a long time since I've seen that. That was definitely, my brother was a bit of a, I have two brothers and I'm the youngest. So like my next oldest sibling, he was always a little bit of a safety hazard to himself. He is 6'4" or 5", and he's always just been about as skinny as me or a little bit skinnier, and double jointed to the end of the world. All of his body parts move in ways that they just shouldn't. Like his thumb is just a joystick. He can just sit there and just twirl it. It's very strange. Anyways, and he was just always a little bit clumsy with himself. And he, like, whenever he was in, I want to say like young high school, maybe it was middle school, he was riding his bike down the street and hit a pothole, flew off the front of the handles and like ground off his 2 front teeth. So then he had to go get, like things put in so he had actual teeth. And then when he was younger than that, him and my brother were at the river, and my older brother was like throwing rocks behind him this way and like pegged my younger brother right in the back of the head. So he had to get stitches in the head. He was just constantly hurting himself. Or like then he got bacterial pneumonia one time and ended up in the hospital for 2 weeks. And like now he has like a scar that's like 1.5 feet long across his chest because they had to like open him up and cut ribs up. It's just, he's lived a hazardous life. My mom was like, I'm surprised he made it through his teenage years. She's like, I legitimately thought he wouldn't.
I've taken some pretty gnarly falls in my life with dumb things. And I always hear other people say that. And I'm like, I consider myself lucky that didn't happen.
Yeah. He's prone. Anyways, the Little Rascals were like some of his like little heroes because that was his life. He just wanted to be outdoors and roller skating and bike riding and
making boxcars.
Yeah, like him and my dad rebuilt a Volkswagen Beetle to look like Herbie.
Oh,
and then, but because he's so tall, when he got it all finished and he went to get in it, he didn't fit. Like the seat was all the way back and his knees were shoved up into the steering wheel and he couldn't drive it because he didn't fit. Anyways, but just the Little Rascals were kind of his idols and how he decided to live his adolescence. And he barely made it through, frankly.
But he did.
He did. He's got 2 kids now and he's a draftsman and doing his own thing.
I'm
So
ashamed to say that the show Jackass was a thing when I was in my adolescence. So
there you go.
Voila.
Saddlebag number 4.
The only thing I haven't done is sand down and
He will edge
finish
it.
the edges.
That is a thing. So we've got our medicine bags for the cowboys. Cowboy medicine bags.
Yes. Medicine bag.
Cowboy medicine bags, because we are not veterinarians. Those are different. That's when we've run out of options.
Veterinarians drive trucks with stuff in it.
All right. And so I talked to Ryan the other day. He is finalizing all of these instructions, so we should have them ready to go next week, I believe, is where we're going to be at. Most of them are done. We're just kind of in the final touches on things. So these patterns will be available soon. You will get 5 different patterns in your pattern pack. So the 4 that we've done, including this one. And then when you get back from babysitting your wife, we will finish up with the
cantle bag.
The cantle bag, which is like a big banana shaped situation.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Anything else? Is there any edging stuff that does not adhere to Latigo?
any edging stuff.
Like tokenol, does it work on it?
What are you going to use to edge it?
You
Saddle
to
soap and
burnish
water.
the edges, yeah, saddle soap. Saddle soap works pretty good on Latigo.
Yeah.
But tokenol or something like that would probably work a little better.
Or even just the Yankee wax on the
drag. Yeah, Yankee
machine.
wax would work. Yeah.
I think most things will work on the edge.
Yeah. Just a water burnish won't do very much to it.
Yeah.
In fact, it won't do anything to it other than just make you mad.
Yeah.
Say, I spent all this time and that didn't do anything.
I would probably just leave it as like a natural product. I probably wouldn't try to paint it or do any sort of like edge coat because that may not adhere well to the leather since it's so waxy, but just doing a nice, and this is going to look great with a natural edge anyways. You'll have like a couple of lines in there. There's no reason for you to try to paint it to make it some Louis Vuitton purse.
Yeah. Well, this, see, I already beveled the edges and saddle soaked this edge, and it looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that makes a pretty nice edge.
It's not too shabby.
Doesn't get real glassy or anything like that.
Yeah.
So don't expect that.
Just wax it up real good.
Yeah.
Alrighty, folks. You guys have a great weekend, and we will see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.